There it is, February 1st. January is in the books. I'm feeling really great. January was 250 miles, which is not my longest month ever, but it is my longest January ever. So far this year is getting off to a great start. I am super confident and super grateful. Let's just compare this to a year ago. A year ago, January, I had this crazy idea that I was going to start a YouTube channel, I was going to run a marathon, and I was going to qualify for Boston, and none of those things happened. In my January last year, I ran 206 miles. My average pace was 9:30 to 10, and my long run was 14 miles at this point. So this year, in comparison, I have a much smaller goal, just to run, and I've actually started my YouTube channel, which is great. And so the month of January, I ran 250 miles. The average pace was 8:30 to 9-minute pace, and my long run is already up to 20 miles. I'm already way exceeding expectations. Now I think a big part of this is I had a pretty big aerobic base. I did run all of last year. I didn't stop running, I just didn't do my marathon, and I had a ton of math training. What I'm trying to say is I have a pretty big aerobic base, so getting up to a fitness level is not that difficult. I feel super fit, I feel super confident, and my running is going great. And the other thing that I did is I just finished a dry January, which means I didn't drink any alcohol. Now, to be clear, I have no problem with drinking alcohol. I have no problem with you drinking alcohol. I love having a few beers after a long run, but I have to make this observation. That I just had one of my best months ever, and I started the year out with inauspicious, I just wanted to get running again. I just didn't think I was that fit. I started the year out unfit, and now I'm super fit, and my running is going really well. I just logged a really amazing month, and I'm not drinking any alcohol. Correlation or causality remains to be seen, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a dry February on top of this. Actually, an almost dry February. On February 10th, I'm driving down to Portland because a friend of mine is having a retirement party. Yes, someone my age is actually retiring, but he's a surgeon and he worked hard, so he deserves it. But on February 10th, I'm going to have a few drinks, so it's going to be an almost dry February. I'm going to keep this up. I'm just not going to drink. I'm not going to drink any alcohol, because here's the problem, what I know about myself. When I train really hard, I really think I deserve a treat. It can be a sweet treat, it can be cookies or pastries or ice cream or alcohol. But I say, oh, I'm running a lot, I deserve it, which probably isn't benefiting me at all. So I'm just going to try to get by on less treats and keep my running going really well. I think right now, based on my workouts, I could run a 4-hour marathon, and I'm actually going to squeeze in a marathon. No, I'm not going to register for a marathon, I'm just going to do a marathon training run. Here's the publicly stated goal. By the end of February, I'm going to go run 26.2 miles right in my own backyard as a training run and prove to myself that I'm actually in 4-hour shape. If I can hit that metric, then I can start talking about goals for the year. So what do you think? Do you think that I can run a marathon in under 4 hours? Leave a comment down below. If you want to run a marathon, and really, if you want to do anything worth doing, you're going to need consistency, routine, and dedication. And you're going to need to make every day count.